Hey, lovelies. Can you believe? Ooh, ooh. Just see if anybody comes on. You'll have to excuse the state of me. I'm absolutely exhausted. But I wanted to come on here and give you lovely ladies some help and advice, or just maybe a little bit of a reboot if we're girls that have been with Unique for a while. I'm just going to wait actually and see if anyone... Yay! Hi, Lisa. So I find these little training things, hey, just really, really helpful just to be able to show you and remind us all the things that we need to do when we get started, particularly over the Christmas and January season. Sometimes, like for me particularly, because both of my kids, hey Lindsay, have birthdays in January. It's very easy to kind of like get out of the loop of everything. So it's February, it's a new month. We've got amazing new products coming in March. The business is going to go into a massive boom again. I honestly believe that. Hey Jane. And I was talking to Gina about it today as well, and she says exactly the same thing. Hi Helen. That we think that what we're going to see now with Unique is a massive second hyper growth. So we're in this now and it's really, really exciting, but we just need to make sure that we're doing certain things. So I titled this live Getting Started just because I know there's a few ladies that joined in January, the wonderful month of January, and it's just nice to be able to, hey Helen, go back over the things that we do when we first start, so that when we're bringing people into the business, we can straight away get them going and we can show them the way, and then obviously that they can build their businesses as quick or as slow as that they want, but so long as we know that we've given them the right information. So we are going to recap on the basics. I've got quite a lot of notes, like literally pages and pages of notes, because I have like chronic baby brain at the moment. Sometimes I even forget who I am. But before I do all this, I'm just going to show you all that I have a beer. So don't think badly of me. It is Beck's Blue, so it's non-alcoholic beer. But I've just had a day where I've been on calls all day, so I'm so thirsty and enraged by just my own mentalness that... I just need a beer. But yeah, it's quite a common thing in my pregnancy this time around. One doesn't realise how much one likes alcohol until one has to stop drinking it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do this video tonight, and if it's okay with Lisa, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come into the group every Monday night for the next, don't all laugh at me, for the next few weeks, and we can just touch on some subjects that you want. So we can do some recruitment training, we can do some self-development training, we can do some mentor training, anything that you want sort of particular help with, engagement training, party, how to get party training, like anything that you want. And I thought maybe if we just did it every Monday night just for a few weeks, we could make sure that you were getting some personal training and making you all feel super, super special. So that's what we're going to do. Sorry, I'm just trying to find where I am in my notes. My brain is falling up. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to have a little start, and then we're going to go hard with some topics sort of in depth. But today we're just going to sort of roll over the things that we all need to be doing every day, that need to be done when we first join. Who have we got on here that's new? I'm trying to think of dates. Helen, you're quite new, aren't you? And Jane is new as well. So yeah, if you're very, very new to the business, or if you're watching this back and you're very, very new to the business, congratulations. One of the main things that happens when you join Unique is I don't think that anybody... Yay, you're a January joiner. You're the January crew, so you're still in your early days of Unique. I do see you posting lots of positive things though, so that's very, very lovely. So yeah, so congratulations that you have joined Unique. I think when we first joined, and even when I first joined, I didn't really understand the potential that this business would have for me. I was just stuck in a dead-end job that I hated, leaving my kids at the weekend, and I just literally just wanted some extra money so that I could leave my job and be, with my family without having to completely rely on my husband, because it's not really what I'm like. So yeah, that's what it did for me. But I never understood the opportunity. I never understood the effect that it would have on my life, and I'm sure Lisa will tell you the same as well. Because it's become such a massive part of our lives, and we didn't know that. I certainly didn't know it, and I didn't realise that it was going to be this massive thing, which was actually had the potential to do anything that I wanted. Depending on what you want, so whether it's financial freedom, whether it's friendship, because for me especially, the friendship side of this business has been another thing that's really changed my life. Like today I've had one-to-one calls, so I'm doing a pink mentoring group. A couple of you are on it. Lisa, who I had to postpone because girls can really talk on the phone. But I never would have had that before. I was chatting away to girls, and not just about Unique. It wasn't necessarily a training call. It was just a getting to know each other call. So I chatted, with girls today, and it's really lovely to feel like that's my job. Like, the time when the kids are at school went really, really quickly because actually I was just chatting to people and making friends with them. So, think about what you want, and really understand that this really does have the potential to give you all of those things that you want. Time with your family, money, Sorry, I'm getting loads of messages coming through. I'm just going to get rid of those and read them later. So yeah, be excited right now, because right now, like, really exciting things are happening in this company, particularly because we've just partnershiped with Coty. It means that we can launch in newer countries quicker. It means that we can have newer products quicker. It means we can have more product launches quicker. When we're having a bad month, not a bad month, but when we're having a slow month, Unique can now bring out a new product which will be able to pump us up and change the way that our business is run. So that's very, very exciting. Also, what's very, very exciting is the March launch. I'm hoping that you saw some of the pictures in Maximum Impact. In regards to the new products, with all the highlighters and the setting sprays, brow palettes, this launch for me is a very, very big one, because I feel that it's really real on trend with current makeup brands like Urban Decay and MAC and things like that. Like, we're literally going to be eliminating them off the radar. So it's really, really exciting. So be excited like right now, because honestly, I cried. I actually had tears. Well, I am hormonal and pregnant, so I cried when they said the brow palette, and I cried when they said the highlighter, because for me they were like the two products which I thought would change our businesses, and then they're both coming out at the same time, so I couldn't quite actually cope with that. But yeah, obviously what happens when you first join is it can be very overwhelming for people, and I like to make people aware that we know that it can be overwhelming as well. Yes, I want everything as well, Lindsay. I wrote a list today. It wasn't good on the finances. But yeah, so it can be very, very overwhelming at the beginning. And my biggest bit of advice to that is make sure that you use your sponsor. When I first joined, there was only Vanity Fair, which is Leanne Anderson's group. So we were all together. So we didn't have that, being joined to our sponsors and then our sponsors and what we have now. So just make sure that you're speaking to your sponsor if you feel like you kind of don't really know what's going on, because obviously it can be really, really overwhelming. And one thing I will say is there are a few events that are coming up. I'm not trying to sell anything. These are not my events. I'm going to have burpee pops now because of my Bex Blue. But there are a few events that are coming up quite recently. There's one, sorry, I just got another message and that sidetracked me. We've got a Sassy Lash Doll one in Kent in April. And then Unique are putting on some of their own training for the elites in May. But there are training events that are coming up. So obviously I'm going to make you aware of them, because events for me was a real big changer. In my first year, I tried to go to as many events as possible, and it actually allowed me to learn so much about the business that I almost felt like I could fend on my own a little bit, so I didn't have to rely on my sponsor as much as what I did at the beginning. But that's not a problem if you need your sponsor. That's what we're there for. So you guys have, Vicky and Lindsay, and then obviously you have Lisa, and then you have me as well. And just know that I do this full time. I don't work anywhere else. I am a full-time Uniquer. So if you need me, please use me, message me, send me a friend request, and I'm happy to help with anything during the day. So I literally have no life until July, when I have my baby, and then I will fall off the face of the earth. Hopefully not. Yeah, events are definitely the way. So I just wanted to say that. I'm sure that you know things about the company, but we are a mission-first company, and we're so much more than mascara. And I think when you go to events, you really get a feel for what Unique is about, which is obviously, the sisterhood, the empowering of women and giving other women confidence and uplifting them and validating them. And I think you really get that when you go to events. obviously we have a very good ethos in this team. I can't wait for you to be a full-time Unica, and then we might actually be able to talk on the phone more. I won't have to keep cancelling and squeezing everybody in everywhere. No, it's good. It's definitely coming. I have such a good feeling about everything at the moment. So just know that if I do, then you should have a good feeling as well. So yeah, a couple of things to mention as well. You know, it's not a get rich quick scheme. I think it's really, really important to think about what you want from your business when you first join. You know, is it that full-time income that you want? Because if it is something where you either want to, you know, give up work or replace an income or change an income from a full-time to a part-time so that you can run both together, if that is what it's about, then you need to make sure that you, from the beginning when you first join, you know that you need to be consistent. You don't have to be like mad crazy about it, but remember that this is a profession. We're network marketers. It's a profession, the same way that being a doctor is a profession or being a teacher is a profession. So you need to make sure that you're learning the skills and you're doing that non-stop. You know, it can't just be something that you dip in and out of. It needs to be, get your head down and do what you need to do, particularly if you want to, you know, have this as your full-time job. It needs to be something where you're willing to learn and you have an openness to learn the skills of network marketing, and you're happy to go forth with that. Sorry, I've literally got so many notes and I'm trying to read through them. Building a team is something that's going to be really, really important to you if you do want that residual income. So a residual income is, obviously we get our commission from our sales, but what happens when you start building a team is you get a residual income, which is where at the beginning you get your head down and you get a team and you spend hours building a team and training your team and supporting your team. And then what a residual income is, it's the payment that you get every month, again and again and again, for work that you've done in the past. So you know, if you think of Leanne, when she first joined, she was so on the training and she trained everybody up, and she gets paid a lot of money monthly now as like a payment for things that were done before. Obviously, as leaders, we consistently train and we consistently support our team, but that's the residual income. So the team building and the team training is really, really important for you. So it's never too early to start recruiting. I'm not going to go into it too much on this call. But if you do want to have a life-changing business with Unique, then that's definitely something that you need to think about, like very early on. That's why it's in the training schedule, because it's going to show you the way of what to do. Also, you need to really build up a resilience, can't say that word, to negativity. We're going to get negativity in every aspect. So when you're posting on your Facebook, when you're inboxing people, when you're trying to make new friends, we do get negativity. It's mainly because people are uneducated about what we do, and they don't understand what network marketing is, and they think that we're just crazy women that are trying to sell mascara and other products, and that's not really what it is. So just make sure that you're building up a resilience to that negativity. We'll talk about that a little bit more when we go into the self-development and things. What we do is we share our products and we empower other women by giving them confidence. So you really need to embrace what we do and allow that to change your life. You know, don't be scared of the training. Don't be scared of the things. Nobody's going to tell you what to do. It's your business. You know, your sponsor is never going to say to you, you need to do this, but they will guide you. And then it's obviously your decision to do the things that they do. The main bit of advice I always say when I speak to people is you must be consistent and you must be persistent. So if you've watched any of my training videos in Maximum Impact, you would have seen me going on and on about the things that you need to do daily. And, you know, it's not like a one-off day. So you can't join the business. Hang on, I'm just going to have some water. Oh, God, I'm so pregnant right now. My neck is all itchy and everything as well. Not falling apart at the hinges. So be consistent. It's not a one-off thing. You can't. I have so many girls that just come in, they post like one picture, and they don't get any interaction for it, and then they just throw in the towel. And you know, and they think that network marketing doesn't work. Like Unique is a scam. But that's not what it is. You have to be consistent. Like you are your brand. I've been in situations before where I have inboxed friends again, we'll go into this sort of thing a bit later, offering them the opportunity. And they've actually turned out to be unique presenters themselves, because on their timeline, they have nothing about unique. And you really need to embrace the fact that you are your business. If you are not friends with me, friend request me. My profile's open anyway, so everybody can see. But, if you scroll through, you will literally see that I live and breathe unique. Like, very rarely will there be a day I don't post something about it. You know, everybody knows that I'm a unique presenter, and that is why I have repeat custom and continuous custom, is because I don't shut up about it. And I don't mean in like a salesy way. I don't hit people hard with the products or anything like that, but I do make it a very, very constant thing. So actually, I am my brand. And for the new presenters, and even if you've been with Unique for 2 years, 3 years, 1 year, you have to believe that this is going to work for you. And this is something we're going to go into in a little bit later on with self-development as well. Because if you really believe that it can happen, and you know that you are not going to stop at anything until you get what you want, then you're halfway there. Because having that passion and that drive is really going to be something that takes you to the next level in your unique business. You know, basically for the first year, and Lisa will tell you this because we've both been banging out our businesses. So the first year is not necessarily about income and growth to a fast degree, but your first year is about building relationships. It's about making your business. It's about building networks. It's about making relationships with people. All these things that we do on a daily basis to build our business, so that people know what we do. There is no point being a unique presenter if you're going to sit in the you know, inside your VIP customer group, and nobody in the actual real Facebook world is going to know what you do. So it's about building your brand. It's about making people know what you do. It's about consistently posting about what you do. You know, you don't want to be able to not post about your business for a week, and you want people to be wondering why you're not posting about your business for a week. You know, not in salesy ways, but it's just a consistent and persistent thing. So you are your business. On your timeline, you need to make sure that people know that you're your business when you go out and about. And this is why I really admire Lisa so much, because she's continuously doing like pop-up events. She's always out in her like branded hoodie. She's always going out and meeting new people. And in the piece of training I did the other day, I think it was a Big Owl training, he said in that, if your mouth is open, then your business will grow. If your mouth is shut, then your business won't grow. So it's always about always talking about the products, always talking to people about it, like not in a salesy way, but just in a way that you're excited. Excitement is infectious. Enthusiasm is infectious. And if you're always like positive about it, people are actually drawn to that, and they really, really like it. I just can't stop thinking about how awful my hair looks. But we're just going to roll with that. I hate looking at myself. But unfortunately, that's what we have to do when you do these things. So just show up. Show up to your business. If you started a business in a shop, you wouldn't just not show up, would you? You wouldn't just not show up at it. So it's the same thing with Unique. Like, take it seriously. Take your business seriously. Show up. And be there. You know, you are the only person that has the control to make your business successful. We're very, very lucky because we do come from a real strong leg of black status presenters. I would probably say one of the strongest black status legs. I don't mean me by any far-fetch, but you know, like Katie Hamer, and then we've got Nadine, Charlie Merry, Kat Windsor, Natasha Kelly, Leanne, Ria. We're part of that whole downline. So what we actually have, and we're really, really lucky to have, is this massive world of training where we can go and we can find the things that we need to find out about. So if there's certain aspects to your business that you feel that you need some more help with, go to the training and find them. Do the things that need to be done, and if they don't work for you, then you go and find something else and you try that as well. Unfortunately, even though we do have this massive leg of training, nobody can tell us 100% what's going to work, because nobody knows. If somebody knew, then there'd be thousands of network marketers and we'd all get paid about 5p a year, because everyone would be doing the same thing. So it's personal to you. Like, you need to find what works for you. So make sure that you delve into the training and you find out what works. I think it's just really important to make the decision that you're really gonna go for it. And it was a decision that I made way back when I was a weight status presenter. I knew that I was going to keep going until I got to the top, and then I probably would keep going until I could do whatever I possibly could, because that's the type of person that I am. Think about, what you want. Basically, like, we just make friends with people. Like, that's our jobs. Like, nobody can take that away from us. We're network marketers. We build a network and we build relationships. So let's get back to what we were talking about. There was just a couple of things that I wanted to that I had like a brain fart about earlier. So we've joined, whether we've joined in the last month in January, or whether we joined 15 months ago, whatever, it doesn't matter, or if you're just somebody in this group that's watching it as a potential. When we join, we need to sort our Facebook out, because our Facebook is our business. Everything that you post on Facebook needs to be thought about. I never post anything without it being for a purpose, whether that purpose is because I want engagement, whether that purpose is because I want to show off product in attraction marketing, whether that is because I want to build a relationship with people and show them my story, show them that I'm a mum, show them, that I'm pregnant, show them, that they can connect with me because I'm a real person, whether it's simply just because I haven't posted on Facebook for 4 hours and I want my algorithms to be bumped up. Everything that I post has a reason and a purpose when it comes to my business. And yes, at the beginning, it might seem like it's a little bit out of your comfort zone. Some people will say to me, I don't normally post on Facebook more than once a day. Well, that was then and this is now. And now you have a business which is on social media. So get a grip and just do the things that you need to do without trying to sound harsh. We don't want no negativity at all on your Facebook. I mean, at all. Like, literally, remove anything that you think could be perceived as being negative, whether it's when you went out with your friends and drank 10 pints of Stella or something and ended up in a ditch. Like, if there's anything there, well, I think that's quite funny. So, but anything sort of like political, particularly racist, or about like really explicit swearing. So I see a lot of girls that I talk to about the opportunity, and then when I go onto their profile, they have like loads of real like memes or whatever you call them, but with like real explicit swear words in it, and I kind of just think, ugh, I wouldn't really want you to be on my team, because you have to have a certain aspect of professionalism, but then at the same time you can have fun as well. So everybody knows, before I was pregnant, obviously, that I was a big drinker. Not a big drinker, so I used to vomit on myself, but everyone knew I loved a glass of Prosecco. It was like who I was, it was me telling my story. So if you've got anything which you think could be detrimental to your business, then just remove it. Don't post anything negative at all. When you start going on your self-development journey, which again we'll speak about in a minute, you will realise that what negativity does is it actually just repulses people. And I was like that before I joined Unique. Before I did self-development, I was always posting stuff like moaning about my kids, or just generally being a miserable goat, just being a moaner, basically. We're women. I think it's like part of our second nature. But if you need to moan to your sponsor, and just get it out. But negativity just repulses people. So just don't post crap, basically. You want to be enticing people and make people want to watch you. By posting, fun, positive things. I can't even begin to explain to you how many people I have message me and say to me, that they're inspired by me, or that I'm an inspiration to women. And I'm over here like, hello, it's me. But people really pick up on it, and people are drawn to that. People are drawn to people that are successful. When I first joined, we all had this phrase, which was fake it till you make it. And, and we still do that now. Like, people on my Facebook probably think I'm like a millionaire. But I'm just the same as everybody else, working to a goal. So yeah, don't worry about like instant interaction, and don't worry about things like that. Just know that you're building your business for the future, and that's what we're doing. So your profile picture, I'm sure you all know this. I can see your profile pictures and see there all of your faces. So obviously we want just a smiley picture of you, like not a picture of your dog or your cat or like your house or something really random, because what your profile picture does, and I haven't changed mine for a very, very long time, because when you're talking to people in recruitment, or when you're building relationships with people, or when you're posting in hobby groups, people associate with a picture, not a name. So you don't want like a real trouty, pouty picture. Mine's a little bit trouty, pouty, I have to admit. But people want like a nice smiley picture of you so that they can feel connected to you. People buy from people they know, like, and trust. So instantly, when you're trying to build relationships with people, you need to make sure that you've got that instant rapport with people. And that's going to carry you through your business. You know, that picture that you make is going to carry you through your business. The same as the name for your VIP customer group. You know, that's going to carry you through your business. So I've got really itchy skin, like my ears, my neck. So if I scratch and look like a dog, that'll be why. So yeah, your business name and your actual face is what's going to be, you know, what's going to carry you for your business. So make sure that there's something which, you know, it is nice. People don't want to see like a close-up of your eyeball with the mascara on or anything like that. Like just a nice smiley picture of you. And the same with your cover photo as well. Just put something nice in there, something nice and smiley and happy. I always have a positive quote, which I mix up every now and again. You know, just something that draws other women in. I wouldn't have any unique products. I wouldn't have like a backdrop of the unique makeup or anything like that, because when you're building relationships with people, they're just going to see that as a sales tactic immediately. So just don't do it. You know, don't put unique in your name, and don't do things like that, because they just make people like alarm bells go off that you're trying to sell to them. So yeah, if you're at the Big Al training, he was talking about how there's certain things that we do which make people know that we're trying to sell to them, which makes them just completely freak out. It's just something in our brains that hates it. So we've spoken a little bit about your profiles. In regards to the content, make sure that your timeline, which is, you know, your main Facebook feature, is your story. So tell the story of your life. I post everything on Facebook that I do, which some people might think is a little bit wrong, but I'm doing this for my family. So my family are like performing monkeys when it comes to my business. So much so that my husband, it's ingrained in my husband. Like if we go out, he's like, should we have a picture? Because he knows, you know, that's what I need to post it on Facebook. So you're going to have your life story, and it's going to be infiltrated with unique posts. I don't mean like salesy posts. I just mean things that show that you have a unique business, whether that's live videos, whether it's just selfies, whether it's like, you know, you can post and say like, oh, I've been on an amazing training call tonight, even if it's not amazing, but just, you know, something like that with my wonderful team or my business partners or something, just so that you're continuously drip feeding that business onto your timeline. But make sure that you're relatable as well. We're people that make friends, so we need to be relatable. Post things that are happening, post things that are funny. I'm going to go through a little bit of the daily actions in a minute as well, just so that we all know what we should be posting. When it comes to the daily actions, you need to make sure that you're repeating them daily. So I know that Lisa did a video in here the other day about what she posts and where and things like that. So that should have touched on that a little bit with you. Your daily posting, it needs to encourage engagement with people. So I probably post on my Facebook about, I'd like to say at least 6 times a day, depending on where I am or what I'm doing, just so that I continuously have a feed on my timeline. And I don't want my face not to be on somebody's timeline. If it's going to fall off, I'm going to put it straight back on there again. Because I want people to know that I'm serious about my business. What I do as well on a daily basis is whenever I have a spare 5 minutes, I'll just go onto Facebook. Don't fall into the Facebook vortex, because you'll fall into it for hours and you'll get nothing productive done. But be smart with your time. So at several points during the day, I will just pop onto Facebook and I will just go through my whole feed. I thought I had a child coming into the room then. And I will comment on everything that all the females post. So, it's about connecting with people. Facebook has algorithms, which I'm not going to go into much, but algorithms are basically, Facebook is a social media platform, and it picks up on the back and forth interaction that you have with people for conversations. And then what it does is, when it has a high algorithm, when you have a high algorithm with somebody, it will show that person more of your posts. So, for instance, if I saw a picture of a girl that was going out on a Saturday night, while I was sitting in my dressing gown, I might comment something like, "Oh my God, you look amazing, hon," and she'd be like, "Thanks," smiley face. And then I would be like, "Where did you get your dress from?" And then she would reply. So that back and forth thing means that I'm guaranteed to show on her timeline if I post anything again. So that's really, really important. Plus, I always find it's really nice to be nice. And actually, if you do go through Facebook and comment on everything, even if it's just a little smiley face or a little laughy face, not only are you building your algorithms, which is beneficial to your business, you're actually being just a nice person. And, you know, it's a nice thing to say that somebody looks nice, and nobody knows what's going on in that person's life. You know, they could be having such a crap time. And by you commenting that they look lovely, that could really make a difference to that person in that day. So I just like to do it for that reason as well, because I'm a bit of a geek. But yeah, or even message them. I've been known to message people such random things. You know, they post a picture of their lounge. I ask them where they got their pillows from. Like, you know, it's just because I'm making those algorithms stronger. It's very much having a business sense of everything, which is what we can teach you to do. But if you basically just think of your job as you're trying to make friends with everybody and compliment everybody, then you're going to be on a good platform to see growth in your business. And what happens as well is, when you build these relationships with people, they actually become your friends. You build a friendship, and then they become potential customers or potential recruits or potential party hosts, because that relationship that you're building, that's the basis to the business. So if you were going to speak to somebody about maybe hosting a party for you, if you'd never ever spoke to that person ever in a million years, or never commented on anything on their Facebook and just sent them a message, or you had lots of interaction on their posts, you knew what their children's names were, you knew where they'd been on holiday, and you'd commented, and you posted that person about hosting a house party, it's very clear which one is going to be more likely to host a house party, or, you know, let you share something on their time, or anything that you're trying to achieve. It's much more obvious which one of those people is going to be the one that helps you the most. So I always say to everybody, just think of yourself as a handful of tiny seeds, and then just throw yourself everywhere. So everybody knows who you are, what you're doing. And I don't mean that in like in a show-off sort of arrogant way. I just mean in a nice relationship building, friendly kind of way. You know, and just be present with your business. Make people feel special, and when they do see something about your cosmetics, I mean, we know that in sales people need to be exposed 7 to 9 times before they commit to a sale. So we know that if we are present in our business, and if we are in somebody's head, that when they do think about cosmetics, we'll know that we're likely to just pop up in their heads. And so it's about planting the seeds which are going to flourish at a later date. So I think that's really important, that you're having that interaction with people on Facebook. It's changed my business for me, because people kind of feel like they know you then, and then they feel that they can approach you more or ask you questions where they wouldn't do before. So obviously what's important on the timeline is attraction marketing, and I'm not going to go into this in too much depth either, because obviously that is what the training is for. But what attraction marketing is, in a one sentence, is sharing the products with our customers. We don't sell, we share. And when you're building up these relationships with people on Facebook, in algorithms, and just building up these friendships with people, when you do a piece of attraction marketing, yeah, people are always watching, Lisa, absolutely always. You would just be so surprised at some of the things that people have sent me, and I don't even know who they are. I don't know how I've become friends with them on Facebook. Well, I do. I've opened my network to them, and then they just send you a message and they want all this stuff, and you didn't even know that they were ever interested. It's just amazing. If you know, I could do a live every single day and not one person interacted, I would still do a live every single day. Like, I'm in that mindset where I am tough, where I have that resilience to negativity, where I don't let that affect me, because I know that at some point during that day somebody is going to see that live on their timeline, and that could bring me sales or customers or potential recruits. So people are definitely always watching. So when it comes to the attraction marketing, or when it comes to the sharing, I would never post like a product post. So I would never post like a picture of the mascara packaging and say like, this is our new mascara, it's been rebooted and it's £23 and the ingredients are blah 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 blah. Like, I would never do that. That is selling. What is sharing is a picture of me saying, holy cow, I've just tried the new formula and my eyelashes are huge. Like, you know, put a bit of your personality in there. And you're going to get much more interaction with that, because it doesn't look like you're trying to sell anything to anybody. It just looks like you're a makeup loving girl. As soon as you make it look salesy, people are just going to switch off. It's that gentle exposure. And I don't know if anybody watched, I shared a Sherry Brown video in Maximum Impact the other day, and it was basically talking about online parties. But she was sort of saying, like, when you first joined, we all did like a one mascara picture. Like, why did we ever stop doing that? Like, you should be doing them at least once a week. You know, and I always see Lisa, I always see on your timeline, like, just literally a picture of you and then lashes. Like, you know, you just continuously drip that. The more exposure you give to people, the more likely they are. I know, I love her. I love her, and I love Brittany Husband as well. I've got a... Is it Brittany Husband? Is that her name? Or have I gone mad? They've all kind of like morphed into one at the moment because I've been doing so much training recently. But yeah, I'm in love with so many of the American presenters because they speak the truth. And I sometimes think it's nice to hear people like Sherry Brown say, like, you know, if you're not doing enough, do more. Like, yeah, Whitney, yeah. I like that. I don't like fluffy, like... bunny talk. Like, you know, do the shit and then you'll get the results. And I think a lot of the American presenters are quite like that, so that's why I think they're really, really good. But yeah, once you do that, once you start doing that attraction marketing, once you start putting your personality into your sales posts, people will just know. People just know that you sell makeup then if you're consistent. And this is basically what this was about, like this getting started. It was about concentrating on our timelines, building up our algorithms and using attraction marketing on our timelines to build our business. Yes, obviously we have VIP customer groups, and I'm not even going to mention them today because they don't have the same power as your timeline does. So that's why I wanted to talk about being present on your timeline, you know, keeping your mouth open on your timeline about your business and things like that, because that's where the change is going to happen. So we spoke about attraction marketing, we've spoke about commenting on other people's posts, but we haven't really spoken about what else we need to put on our timeline. So you've probably seen in the training, if you've done the training already, that we need to make our timeline look like a glossy magazine. So I've wrote in my notes, post 8 to 10 times a day. Sometimes I might post 8 times a day. Some days I might do a live and then a couple of posts. Like it varies in regards to what I'm doing. You know, if it's a Sunday and I'm literally laying on the sofa in my pajamas all day, you know, I might just do a live and put some makeup on and then just do like a snuggly post or something. So, but I think you need to be on there at least 5 times a day. But those 5 things, or those 5 posts, so, okay, say we were doing 10. So if we were going to do 10 posts a day, 7 of those posts have absolutely nothing to do with unique, and 3 of them do in a roundabout way, if we're just working with statistics. So, like, I keep a store of things on my phone. Just things that I've seen, makeup that I think is cool, funny videos that I see people share. I just send everything to myself, or I store it in my photos, so that if I haven't posted anything, or if it is a Sunday where I'm sitting on the sofa, I know that I've got the things on my phone to post on my timeline. If you have one day off, like a whole day off in network marketing, it's basically like having a week off your own business. And that consistency and persistency, which I know can sound overwhelming at the beginning, but it doesn't have to be that way, because you just put this into your life and it just becomes like second nature. You don't really have to overthink it as much as what you do when you first start. But keep a store of things. I've got 2,000 pictures on my phone. A lot of them are positive quotes, like funny like pictures with words over them. I've got lots of funny videos stored in my messenger. Just anything, so that I know that I've got content to post, because you need to keep that content exciting. What you don't want to be doing is at 5 o'clock on a Friday thinking, oh shit, I haven't posted on Facebook this morning, I haven't got nothing to post, I don't know what I'm doing. And then you start scrambling around for things to post. Like, be like savvy. I know a lot of people in this team, in the Maximum Impact team, that spend an hour on a Sunday night planning what they're going to post for the week, finding what they need to. Karen keeps saying to me about Pinterest. I just feel like I'm just like at the minute on Facebook and Instagram. If I throw in another social media platform, I think my brain might explode. But yeah, Karen Gunn is a very big Pinterest promoter. She's always telling me to go on there and have a look. So yeah, it's just, if you have to spend half an hour on a Sunday night just planning out what you're going to post in a roundabout way, making sure that you've got a little bit of content that you can post, then that's an hour well spent. It's a very good productive power hour, because that's not going to leave you in the week sort of scrambling what to do. So for me, I post a lot of things about my family. I post questions. I posted one just before I came on here about like recommendations for shampoo and conditioner. I might recommend somewhere to take the kids at the weekend. I might ask, question ones are really good because they get a lot of interaction, which gives you those algorithms. But yeah, I just post like non-stop basically, but not in a salesy way, because it's very much like I'm telling my story, but in between that there will be posts about the unique business or about my wise sisters or about something like that. So it's a constant thing for your business, which I don't think is a real big massive thing to have to do. Yeah, you have to post consistently on Facebook, and you have to make friends consistently, and you have to support your team like they're your friends consistently. It's not a bad job, I don't think. It's much better than going to an office 8 till 6 every single day, paying to put my kids in, breakfast and after school club, and earning money for somebody else instead of myself. Like, pick your hards, that's what we say. You might feel like it's hard at the beginning to try and fit all these things in, but they will fall into your life, and it won't be difficult for long. Obviously, we don't share any links. We don't do anything spammy. Just be wise, and if you don't know whether you should post something, just ask your sponsor. Like, when you set up a party, it will say share this to Facebook. A lot of people share straight onto Facebook. It looks really spammy. People will immediately unfriend you because they know that you're trying to sell them products. Hello, doggy. My dog's getting jealous because he's having no attention. So yeah, it's just not a good business plan. It's just not good. And actually, to be fair, it's actually against Facebook regulations now as well, because we are not allowed to promote our businesses on our timelines. That's why we share instead of sell the products. So putting those links are there are just going to make people vom. Like, when I see new girls do it, and if you've done it, don't worry, because everybody does do it. I'm sure I did it when I first joined as well. But just... oh, sorry, I'm yawning funny. Somebody else sending me messages now. So yeah, just fill it with your life. In regards to your profile as well, just quickly, where it says like your personal details, like try and fill that in a little bit as well. You can go and look on mine and see what I've got wrote. I think I've connected mine to my business page as well. And also hide your friends. Hopefully you would have all done this if you're at that point in the training. It's very, very simple to do. It'll take you through it in the training. Basically, we just hide our friends because as network marketers, as we build our network, we don't like to think that smelly things like this happen, but people do poach and people do go into your friends list and contact people and things like that. So if we hide our friends, then we've just covered our back and protected our business a little bit. Let me see how many more pages of notes I've got. Honestly, I say I'm going to do a quick live and then I just rabbit on for about 100 years. So I'm going to try and speed things up a little bit because I don't want to take up your whole evening. So self-development. This is a massive part of your business. When you know what you're doing with your business, or even before that, self-development, you have to jump in with both feet. I put my hands up and say that when I first started my unique business, I actually didn't do any self-development until I was green. And it showed. I didn't know what I was doing. I had no confidence. I didn't believe in myself. I still had all the underlying issues that I had before I joined Unique, like my anxieties. I didn't believe in myself, and that only changed for me when I did self-development. Yeah, I mean, if I lost my whole business tomorrow, if I don't know, if everybody quit or whatever, I would always be so thankful that I joined Unique, because the fact that it is, I know you, Lisa, that's why I love you so much. The fact that it has exposed me to self-development, it actually makes me quite emotional, because I have such a belief in it, and my friends and I hear them talking, and I'm just like, God, you could just change your world. But people that don't give it a chance, like my friends are like, what are you talking about? And I'm just like, please just listen to this book, or read this book, or do something, and it just changes your mindset. So at the moment I'm reading, it's got a swear word in it, so I'll just say F for the sake of this, The Life-Changing Magic of Not Giving a F, because I do like things that are quite sort of like sassy like that. So I was talking to my best friend about it, and she was saying, that she couldn't do what I do because she's too worried about what people think. So I said, well, you should read this book, and she's like, well, I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be that person that doesn't give a F about what other people think. And I'm like, why do you give an F though? I feel really stupid saying that. Like, I give an F about paying my mortgage. I give an F about my family and about the people that are in my business. Other people, Jeff that lives down the street, that might have an opinion about me, his opinion doesn't matter, because he has no impact on my business or on my life. So, oh my God, I love that book, Lisa. Sorry, because I'm like verbally diarrheaing on you. My throat is closing up. I love that. I found that so helpful. That was something that I did quite early on. I love that you're a self-development geek. I really love that. So when you first join, let's get back on track, Heidi. When we first join, one of the first things that we say to you is to watch, listen, or read to The Secret. So if I'm honest, it's on Netflix for free. It's on YouTube for free. I found the video quite difficult to watch, but the audio version, which I got on Audible for like £7, literally changed my life. The Secret is literally your gateway to positivity. It's your gateway to eliminating negative self-talk. It's your gateway to just everything that's going to be beneficial to you. It allows you to change the way that you see the world, and it allows you to change the way that you look at yourself in the world. I need to burp, sorry. It's a massive thing, so please do yourself a favour, listen, watch, buy, read, whatever way, shape or form. The Secret is the first one that we always say. And the self-development journey is a continuous journey that you take, a little bit like the daily actions. Self-development, if you speak to any Black status presenter or anybody that's running a good unique business or a good business per se, will say to you about self-development. And actually, if I was to ring Leanne now and to say to her what would be most beneficial to my business, she would say to do self-development daily. I know she would, because that's just how it works. Try what works for you. There's some books which are more difficult to follow. There's some which are a little easier. You Are a Badass is on YouTube for free, and that is a most amazing book about giving you self-confidence. For me, Beach Money was like my moment where I was able to realise what I had the potential to achieve and the ability to have in this business. Go Pro by Eric Worre is another good one. That's more of a skills book. But yeah, 30 minutes a day is going to change the way that you think. This business can be quite hard, and you can have hurdles that you need to overcome. You can have recruits. I've had a recruit that was borderline green before and just quit like that, no reason. She was very negative. She never did any self-development. And that hit me. And if I wasn't doing self-development, I would have found that very, very difficult to cope with. you know, it just allows you to be able to maintain strength when things get hard. Not just about Unique, but just in life in general. It allows you to believe that you can have anything. You know, and I know this because I was that person that, you know, believed that my life was always going to be a certain way. It just shows you how to live in the now. Like, I can't even explain to you what self-development will do. And if you don't enjoy being a network marketer, don't go away with this without understanding the importance of self-development, because it's going to change anything and everything for you. But we can do a live about that another day, because I could literally talk about self-development for ages. And you have Lisa as your team leader, so she would always, you know, be able to guide you on self-development, because she is the queen. So another thing that we're going to do, because I'm going way off track as per usual, is we are going to follow the people that are successful. We need to follow the people that are successful because they are successful for a reason. In network marketing, luck doesn't come into it. You work your arse off and you get results. So I have got a big list here to read out, but I think what I might do is I have actually just shared one in Maximum Impact, actually. Maybe I'll share it in Team Believe as well. Yes, I love Girl Code as well too. In fact, actually, I love all of Kara's books, and I've just reread the whole lot of them actually in bed, because I've got them all on my Kindle. So that is Sparkle, Fearless and Fabulous, The Champagne Diet, and Girl Code. I'm sure she wrote Girl Code. I might have that wrong, so just forget that bit of information. So yeah, just some of the people that you need to follow on YouTube and on Facebook. I've got Ali Boss, Cara Louise Newton, Charlie Mary, Lorinda Eddy, Brittany Kaplan is another one, Brie Richardson, Whitney Husband, obviously, Jenny Peterson, Leanne Anderson. There's so many. I think maybe we'll just collate a list together and put it up in the group. And when I mean follow them, I don't mean you have to like stalk them, but what I tend to do is I unfollow them on Facebook if I'm friends with them, because my feed is already full with Unique from the girls in the team, and sometimes it's nice to free up some space in your timeline so that you can build relationships with people outside of the business. But these people that, you know, that are doing very, very well, no matter what colour status they are, it doesn't matter if they're black or blue or anything, watch what they do. So on a weekly basis, so my Sunday nights, I'll go in and just have a little stalk of these people and see the sort of things that they've been posting, and then I will steal what they have been posting and I will put my face onto it. So I wouldn't necessarily like copy everything that they're doing, but I would see the way that they are doing things, and then I would do them in the same sort of way, but with my face. I think it's very, very important for your business not to always share products, videos, tutorials, quotes and stuff with other people's faces on. Like, get your own face on there. So there's all tools on photo collage and photo grid where you can put words over your own picture. And I find they're much more effective because, again, you're putting your face in your business, you're being present in your business, and that's how you're going to, you know, build up your customers. But if you're nervous about things and you feel like you need a bit of direction, then look to them. You know, the wheel, you know, don't change the wheel, it works. So do what they do. It's all about duplication. It's always about duplication. All the training that we have is duplicated down. So don't be afraid to follow these people and watch what they're doing. Everybody is, you know, is in the same boat, and we're all quite nice actually, so you can steal from everybody else. In regards to the training, so I'm not going to go into this in depth. I've got quite a lot of notes on it, but you know, we've got the Maximum Impact new members training schedule. Do it if you've joined. If you've forgotten lots of things, do it again. It won't take you long to do the whole training schedule. It's broken up into days. I think I did the whole thing in like 24 hours because I'm mental. We've also got the Maximum Impact New Ladies training group, and that basically just duplicates what's in the new members training schedule. If you do it twice, then you'll understand how to do it even more. So just get grounded into those two things when you first join. You know, it's going to teach you how to do your first post. It's going to teach you how to fill up your group. It's going to teach you how to do all of the things that you need to do. It's going to do your product training for you. It's going to teach you about attraction marketing. It's going to teach you about sales training. That's where you need to be if you're only now joining the business. Sorry, burp. Just always remember, when you're in your business, if what you're doing doesn't make you feel uncomfortable, then it's not even worth doing. We feel the fear and we do it anyway. You know, when I was in Vegas, there was a little bit of training, and I'm going off topic again because that's what I'm like. It was called the 5-second rule. And it was basically like when you like, so say you're going to do a live, think, right, I'm going to do a live. And then you literally just go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then you go live. Like literally every decision that you make is just instant. It's not something that you think about, because the longer you leave it and the more you think about it, the harder it is. So that's why what book have I said now? I just go off topic all the time. But yeah, I've lost my train of thought now. Yeah, it doesn't matter what people say about you. Yeah, it was a massive thing in Vegas, and actually at Leanne's event this weekend, I was meant to be doing a talk about it, about the 5-second rule. I'll see if I can find a video. I'm sure there's a YouTube video about the 5-second rule. Let me just make a note down, because otherwise I forget what I'm doing. I'll see if I can put some training up about it in Maximum Impact, probably tomorrow by the time I get off this call. But yeah, it was about just, you know, like not pondering on things. So I spend every day pondering about taking my dog for a walk, when actually if I just did 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and got it out of the way, then I'd have the whole rest of the day to be productive. It's the same sort of thing. You can use it in any aspect in your life. But yeah, like the things that scare you, like doing lives and house parties, they are the things that bring you success. So the first time we do them, we cack our pants and we get really, really scared. But then the feeling after you've done them is so amazing that they become addictive, and you do them again and again. So just remember that people, yeah, decide and then just do it, because if we all thought about things for ages, we'd never get anything done at all. Other people's opinions don't matter unless they contribute to your business in some way and are going to pay your mortgage. So I think if you get into that mindset, it makes it a lot. Sorry, my bump is it's because I haven't took my bra off. I'd just like you to know, Team Believe, that you're the first reason why I've had my bra on after 7 o'clock in a very long time. But yeah, I'm just going to undo it in true glamour, true pregnant women glamour. So yeah, so make it fun. Give yourself purpose when you're doing your lives. Like, so when I'm so professional, aren't I, Lindsay? So yeah, you know, when you're doing your lives and things, all the things that are going to make you scared but are going to move your business forward, just give yourself purpose. So sometimes if I'm a bit worried about going live consecutively, I'll just make up an incentive to myself. So I'll go on there and say, hi, so me and my team are doing an incentive where we're going to go live for 4 days in a row, and I would never expect my team to do something that I wouldn't, so I'm going to do it too. So get used to seeing my face for the next 4 days. Like, give yourself purpose, because then you don't feel so scared about doing it, if that makes sense. Right, daily tasks. I'm getting all off topic with bras and all sorts now. I'm just going to run through these really, really quickly. There's lots of training in Maximum Impact, which you can do, you know, which is going to boost your business. And there's lots more in-depth training about doing the daily consistent things. So on a daily basis, we are going to do these things, and they're almost going to become habitual in your business. So when I read them out, if you're new, you're going to kind of be like, oh my god, that's so much. But it's things that Lisa and I do every single day, and we don't even know we're doing them because they're just ingrained. So obviously we're going to do our 30-minute self-development. We are going to extend our friend list, at least 5 people every day. Go into your friends, and then add people that have got 5 or more mutual friends. We're going to post 15 recruitment posts every day in the cold market, but we'll talk about that when we do recruitment training. We're going to post in hobby groups, at least 3 a day I like to do. If you're not in any hobby groups, create hobbies for yourself. Dog groups, children groups, activity groups, sewing groups, I don't know, dancing groups, anything. There's groups for everything on Facebook. We never talk about unique in them, we just build relationships. I always post something positive every day. I inbox everybody whose birthday it is. I post at least 1 piece of attraction marketing, and I post 1 lifestyle post. So if it's a really cold, rainy day, I might put a picture of a bowl of soup, a cup of tea in my laptop and say, ooh, snuggly in the office today, or just something like that. I try to post something funny. I try to post a question, and I also contact my hot market, at least 5 people in my hot market every day, and speak to them about the opportunity. But we'll talk about that in the recruitment training video that we'll do maybe next week, if that's okay with Lisa. Don't overthink things when you're doing your daily actions. Just get them done. As soon as they're done, ticked off the list. There is a daily action list, tick list in Maximum Impact as well, if you're interested in having something physical in front of you that you can tick off. But yeah, get them done, get them out of the way, be tough, and ingrain the actions into your life, and then they just become easy. And then what happens is your business falls in around your life because you're doing these things so instinctively. It's not even like you're actually working. So, yeah, that's basically it. I'm not going to talk to you about orders and things like that. I did have it down, but I don't want this to go on for too long. And what I'll do is if anybody's got any questions, if they want to write them underneath the live, I have no idea what the time is, but I will either look at them tonight or tomorrow and then just reply then. And then hopefully a few of the other girls will be able to catch up. One thing that I did want to say very briefly before I go is just about your hot market. So when you first join, and you've obviously done your customer group, and you've obviously done your first post. Sorry, the light is glaring. I'm not going to be able to stop that from doing that. I'll have to put my big meat head in the way. When I first joined, what we did was we messaged every single person on our friends list, sent them our link. It was so spammy, but we didn't know any better then. You know, that was 19 months ago, and obviously the training and things have advanced a lot since then. But that's what we did. But what you girls have, particularly the people that are new, is you can work with your hot market in a much different way. So your hot market are, you know, family, friends, cousins, like proper friends that you've got. And I feel that when you first join, you can actually abuse them a little bit. You know, it's the one time where you can be salesy because, you know, you just basically need to contact them, tell them that you're starting your own business, tell them that you're really, really excited about it, ask them if they can do you a favour, ask them if they can host a party for you, tell them that they don't need to do anything, you know, they don't have to buy anything, all they need to do is invite their friends, you know, you're going to come with your kit and you're going to practice your makeup skills on their friends. It's kind of tricking people in your hot market into hosting a party for you. Parties are always going to bring you sales. Parties are always going to bring you friends. Parties are always going to bring you recruits. And parties are always going to bring you more parties. So it's a real good way to start your business strong and smash you straight out of that comfort zone as well. Because a lot of people will be like, oh, I haven't done, I need to do a launch party, but I don't dare do a launch party. But if you just get it done and under your belt, then it's just something that you don't have to worry about. I was talking to one of Jodie's girls on the phone today, and she was saying about she had a fear of lives, but actually it was that fear of having a fear of doing lives that was actually stopping her from doing lives, because if she actually just did them, then she wouldn't be scared of them anymore, if that makes sense. And it's the same with the house parties. Just get them in. I guarantee you, if you start your business and get 5 house parties straight away, your business is gonna be successful, because you're going to meet new people and you're going to start your business confidently, which is really, really important. You know, if you've got friends which you think would be able to be really good at this business, ask them to join. Tell them, you know, that you're really excited for them to do it with you. Use them and abuse them. That's what they're there for. They're not gonna, you know, they're not gonna not speak to you again. With your cold market, which are people that you're building or that you're adding daily, they're people that you're going to have to work a little bit harder with in regards to the algorithms and things like that. You don't want to just go in real cold and send them a message asking them to host a party, because they don't know you, they don't owe you anything. So just when you first join, make sure that you abuse the hot market. So that is it. That's me done, I think, Lisa. I'm sorry, that was meant to be like a 30-minute training video. Went into about 4 years as per usual when I do them. I hope that has been of some help to you guys, and I will talk to Lisa about maybe doing some recruitment training next week, if that's something that you ladies want to hear about. If you think I just ran on complete gobbledygook for an hour of your life, then maybe you won't be so interested. But I think I hope that that's been of some success. And you know that if you are starting your business, you know how to start strong in regards to working on your timeline, getting the parties booked in, and just basically deciding that you want this. Because once you make that decision, nothing can stop you. Okay, see you all later. Have a lovely evening. I'm going to go and lay on my sofa. Speak soon.